Hi, friends. Welcome to Pieces Here, the daily series exploring the architects of enough. We continue with the theme Creative Vision and Mindful Craft, honoring Leonard Cohen. He lived a life of poetic stillness. He wrote from silence and sang toward the heart. Architect of Enough. Leonard Norman Cohen, born in Montreal in 1934, began his career as a critically acclaimed poet and novelist in the 1950s and 60s. He later shifted towards songwriting and music, releasing his debut album in 1967. His voice, deep, husky, and resonant, became a signature instrument, carrying songs that explore longing, faith, politics, and the tension between light and shadow. In 1994, Cohen made a radical choice for simplicity, taking a sabbatical in the Buddhist monastery at Mount Baldy, California. He was ordained as a Zen monk in 1996. During these years, he lived with simplicity, silence, and dedicated meditation. Though he eventually returned to touring and recording, the monastic years had a lasting imprint. Cohen often spoke of the tension in his life between art and renunciation, between longing and contentment. He did not flaunt wealth or excess. His public persona was one of bearing witness, not spectacle. Even when facing severe financial difficulties that forced him to return to performance, his core commitment remained to the integrity of his art, which he believed emerged from stillness. For a deep dive, Leonard Cohen, A Remarkable Life by Anthony Reynolds, is a well-regarded biography rooted in archival research. The Enough Reflection. Sing your silence. Leonard Cohen teaches us that silence isn't empty, it's fertile. He made silence a companion to song, letting the pause between notes weigh as much as the melody. When your life feels loud, find a pause. Let space speak before you fill it. Let silence be your ground, and let your choices and possessions emerge from that quiet. This reminds me of one of the tips from Peace Stuff Enough, the new companion book to One More Year. You can find it and follow the Kickstarter at avaskalfsbeck.com/Kickstarter. Pedro says, Leonard Cohen often composed his lyrics on a simple $5 Spanish guitar in a tiny, sparsely furnished room in Montreal. He spent 5 years agonizing over the lyrics to his most famous song, Hallelujah, writing over 80 verses before deciding that 4 verses were ultimately enough. What silence in your life do you fear? The quiet corners we avoid often hold our most essential truths. Try this. Today, speak or write 1 sentence less than you want to. Let the silence between the words carry weight. Words to keep. Cohen's lyric writing often blurs the line of poetry, confession, and prayer. One of his well-known lines from the song Anthem is a welcome to the broken and the human. Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. If this daily message has brought you peace, please take a moment to subscribe and share this episode with someone who needs it. That was the life and wisdom of our architect of enough for this episode. If their story has inspired you to seek your own path to less consumption and more contentment, then please step off the treadmill with me. Let's learn from the architects of enough and discover together that for our planet, for our community, and for ourselves, peace is here. To follow my work, including the new book, Peace Stuff Enough, the entire Pedro the Water Dog Saves the Planet series, and the podcast archive, visit avaskalfsbeck.com. That's also where you can find the link to my current Kickstarter. Our music is Dalai Lama Riding a Bike by the talented Javier Peque Rodriguez, You can find links to his music on Spotify and Bandcamp in the show notes. Thank you again. Listen for the peace.